Angel Reese boarded a private jet. My goodness. For a postseason trip hours after missing Chicago's 91-86 season finale loss to the Liberty on Thursday night, as seen in a video on her TikTok page.
Reese's recent absence from the Skies lineup, citing a reported injury, has sparked significant debate. The situation became a social media firestorm after she was seen dancing on TikTok just hours later. While this isn't the first time Reese's actions have drawn scrutiny, the juxtaposition of her injury and her online presence has raised questions among fans and analysts alike. Is this truly a case of a player's physical well-being, or is it a sign of a larger pattern of behavior that warrants a closer look?
Oh no, she wants the hell out of Chicago, I guess, after drowning her teammates publicly. It's weird. You want out, but you're the one that actually did it. Maybe she did it to find her way out of town. Maybe that was the master plan. But this hurt back is been, of course, under some scrutiny. Some people have questioned the hurt back as to maybe the back's just not that hurt at all. She just didn't want to play. She tapped out. She quit. However you want to word it.
The situation surrounding Angel Reese's absence from the Chicago Sky's season finale has raised eyebrows. She was officially listed on the injury illness report, with reports pointing to a lingering back issue, a serious concern that can impact a player's career. However, the narrative took a sharp turn when, just hours later, Reese shared a video on TikTok. The clip, which featured her dancing, bending, and twerking, directly contradicted the physical limitations her injury would suggest, fueling public skepticism.
Let's check in on Angel Reese. As we know, she missed the last game of the year. Let's check just to be sure that we've got all of our ducks in a row here. Let's just take a look. She missed the last game. It was Thursday against the New York Liberty. Yep, okay. Right there. Let me scroll down. She missed with a D&D injury/illness. Now, it's our understanding that, of course, she's got some kind of a back injury, correct?
The dichotomy is striking. A professional athlete deemed unfit for competition is then seen engaging in physically demanding dance on social media, a platform she herself controls. This choice to broadcast her movements, seemingly in direct defiance of the team's official injury report, has led many to question the legitimacy of the initial diagnosis. For Angel Reese, who has so often been at the center of media attention, this latest incident only adds to a narrative of calculated controversy.
Reese, who missed the Sky's final 3 games of the season due to a lingering back injury, in quotes, posted a TikTok video of her and her friend embarking on a getaway amid the star forward's strained relationship with the team. So, let's go over here. This is... Whoa, what happened? No. Let's go back. There we go. Okay. So, let me stop this. This is Angel right there. This is the friend in the back. And Angel's doing all kinds of hunching and whatever. Got her back in the air.
The public reaction to the video was immediate and intense, with fans quickly taking to social media to criticize the star. The comments section filled with accusations of her being selfish and fake, and many questioned why she couldn't play if she could move so freely. This incident has raised a larger issue of accountability within the league, which is already working to build credibility. While some players like Caitlin Clark are celebrated for their toughness and consistency, despite physical challenges on the court, Reese's actions are now being held up as a stark contrast, a pattern that undermines the professionalism of the sport. Her collegiate career was also mired in controversy, with a notable transfer from Maryland reportedly linked to interpersonal issues and public critiques of her own team. This pattern continued into the professional ranks, culminating in a suspension for behavior deemed detrimental to the team. Against this backdrop, her recent absence due to a back injury, followed by a public display of her dancing, is not surprising. It appears to align with a consistent narrative of prioritizing personal brand over team commitment. The contrast with Caitlin Clark is stark. Despite facing physical aggression on the court, Clark has consistently shown up for every game, refusing to make excuses. This difference in mindset, A dedication to responsibility versus a focus on self-promotion is what truly separates the two players, regardless of their on-court statistics. Reese has undeniable talent, but at the professional level, talent must be paired with discipline and professionalism. The reported tension with the Sky and her decision to post videos from a private jet after missing games project an image of quitting, a dangerous perception in a sport that values toughness. The WNBA's silence on the matter is also a point of concern. The league's perceived double standard, tolerating one player's antics while appearing to ignore another's physical challenges, has frustrated fans and raised questions about credibility. Angel Reese's love for attention is clear, and the viral video was a deliberate act to create a stir. Yet, a career built on controversy rather than production is unsustainable. The internet's brutal reaction, with nicknames like Brick Queen, and suggestions she should become a full-time influencer, highlights the growing fan frustration with a reputation that seems to burn bridges faster than it builds them. The backlash was swift, with some fans cruelly dubbing her a Brick Queen and suggesting she transition to a full-time social media influencer. This is where the comparison to Caitlin Clark becomes particularly pointed. Clark has meticulously built her image through on-court performance, not off-court antics. While she may face criticism for her aggressive play or drawing attention to the league, it's never for a lack of commitment. This incident highlights a fundamental difference in priorities. Clark understands the assignment: play hard, show up, and earn respect. Reese, by contrast, seems to believe the assignment is to go viral. This approach may have worked in college, but in the professional landscape, fans demand wins, coaches expect effort, and teammates require commitment. Some may argue that Reese is just young, but that excuse doesn't hold up when her peers, like Clark and Aaliyah Boston, demonstrate a clear focus on their sport. Clark's reputation is so strong that even a poor performance wouldn't diminish the respect she's earned through her work ethic. Reese, on the other hand, risks being remembered as a sideshow because her actions consistently create doubt about her maturity and commitment. This pattern of putting her personal brand before the team could eventually lead to her being traded. And no amount of social media clout can fix a reputation for being a distraction. This situation reveals a troubling reality about the WNBA. The league's perceived silence and inaction on this matter are a stark contrast to how a similar situation involving a player like Caitlin Clark would likely be handled. The league appears to prioritize the drama and engagement that players like Reese generate over the professionalism and consistency that others, like Clark, embody. This has led to frustration among fans who feel the league is playing favorites. Reese's actions, posting a celebratory TikTok from a private jet after missing games and a team loss, are viewed as a slap in the face to players who bust their tail without the same media coverage. While Reese has talent, her actions demonstrate a lack of commitment to her team and the game, and a focus on personal brand over professional integrity. Ultimately, Clark has already built a more lasting legacy through her on-court performance, a legacy that can't be replicated with social media gimmicks. Fans were quick to call out the hypocrisy, seeing a player who was reportedly too injured to compete yet, was moving freely and dancing in a social media video. This stark contrast with her official status has led many to believe she chose to sit out rather than being unable to play. The situation is amplified when compared to Caitlin Clark, who, throughout her career, has absorbed brutal physical hits on the court, yet consistently returned to the game. This resilience, or lack thereof, has become a central point of the conversation. While Clark gets up and continues to play, building her legacy on hard work and dedication, Reese's actions are viewed as a stark opposite. This has cemented the narrative that Reese is a sideshow rather than a true star. Reese's undeniable talent is overshadowed by a perceived lack of commitment. Instead of using the court to silence critics, she appears to be doing the opposite on social media, fueling the fire of public doubt. The silence from the Sky organization and the league itself is deafening, suggesting an acceptance of this behavior. This is in direct contrast to how a similar situation involving a male star like LeBron James would be handled in the NBA, the league's apparent reluctance to hold one of its most recognizable players accountable raises serious questions about its credibility. The entire episode underscores a divide in the WNBA. On one side are players like Caitlin Clark, who are dedicated to the sport and work to elevate the game. On the other are players like Reese, who many fans feel are more focused on personal fame than on winning. The lasting damage to Reese's reputation is significant, as her actions have undermined the trust of fans and teammates alike, solidifying her image as a player who puts clout before the court. Reese's recent actions have created a ripple effect, revealing a larger debate about player accountability and the WNBA's brand identity. Her social media display directly challenged the traditional notion of a professional athlete's commitment, bringing the league's credibility into question. This isn't just about one player's decision, it's about the evolving landscape of professional sports, where a player's off-court brand and on-court performance are increasingly intertwined. The fallout highlights a critical juncture for the WNBA as it navigates the balance between superstar personas and the core values of athletic discipline and team loyalty. The league's response, or lack thereof, will ultimately set a precedent for how it manages its rising stars and protects its image in the future. This entire saga shines a bright, and often unflattering, light on the WNBA's struggle to manage its burgeoning popularity. The league is at a crossroads, caught between the traditional sports world's demand for professionalism and the modern media-driven culture that rewards viral moments. While Angel Reese's actions may generate engagement, they also risk alienating the core fanbase that values grit and respect for the game. The contrast with Caitlin Clark, a player who embodies traditional sportsmanship, creates a clear-cut narrative that the league can't ignore. For the WNBA to truly establish itself as a top-tier professional league, it must address these inconsistencies and enforce a standard of accountability that applies to all players, regardless of their social media following. The current approach of looking the other way only perpetuates a circus atmosphere that can ultimately harm the league's long-term growth and reputation. The Angel Reese saga serves as a critical case study at a pivotal moment for the WNBA. Her decision to miss a game due to injury and then appear dancing on social media has ignited a firestorm of criticism that goes far beyond a single incident. It has exposed a fundamental tension within the league, the push and pull between traditional athletic values of discipline and accountability, and the modern sports culture that often prioritizes personal brand and viral fame. While the WNBA is experiencing unprecedented growth, largely fueled by a new generation of stars who are masters of self-promotion, it must also grapple with the perception that its credibility is at risk. Angel Reese, with her history of drama and focus on social media, has become a symbol for this. In direct contrast, Caitlin Clark represents the classic model of a sports icon, one who earns respect through her relentless work ethic and on-court performance, not through off-court antics. Ultimately, this is a defining moment for the WNBA. The league's apparent silence on the matter has frustrated fans and analysts, suggesting a reluctance to hold its biggest names accountable. The way it handles this and future incidents will determine whether it can build a lasting foundation of respect and professionalism, or if it will continue to be seen as a league where drama and spectacle sometimes overshadow the game itself.